Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the 1987 American League replay. We are in Oakland, the Detroit Tigers taking on the Oakland A's. This is another game from May the 1st, 1987. And I forgot to write in the number game it was. It is actually going to be game 153 on the replay. So let's get that in there, clean that up. And then we'll get ourselves going. I think this time is to try to expedite the game a little faster. I'm not going to score it as I play it. I'll score it after the game is over. But I do have the Strat computer up to get all the stats as we go. So at least I'll be able to get that information to you. And hopefully it will be more efficient. We'll try it and see how it does. But hopefully it turns out okay. On the mound for the Oakland A's will be right-hander Moose Haas, and this is his first start of the season. So obviously he has no one-loss record, as he will make in his first appearance of 1987. For the Detroit Tigers, it'll be right-hander Walt Terrell, and Terrell is 1-1 with a 2.70 earned run average. Look at our ballpark effects for Oakland, not very good. Singles 1-3, home runs 1-5. Pitcher catcher hold, Moose is a -1, as he is a -2. Tettleton's a +1 for a -1. Terrell is a -3. Noakes is a +1 for a -2. No wild pitch for Moose, but he does have a balk of 5. For Terrell, a wild pitch of 7 and a balk of 0. Detroit enters the game 9-12. Oakland enters the game 16-7. Lineups, nothing really unusual in any of the lineups. It's kind of pretty much standard, I would think. Hello, Dav. Good to see you. I think it's pretty much a standard lineup for each team. But again, Moose Haas on the 87 season was 2-2 with a 5.75 earned run average in real world. This, of course, is his first start. So we'll see how he does in his initial maiden voyage of 1987. Leading off for the Tigers will be Pat Sheridan. He's 16 out of 64, which comes out to a dead even 250 average. 2 homers and 4 runs driven in. We got our, hopefully, Oakland A's colored dice. Give the home team some karma. And I think everything else is pretty much set to go. So I think we can move on without further ado. So Haas will be pitching to Sheridan, and we're underway. It's a 2-8 for Sheridan against a right-hander. It's a ground ball to short. So Sheridan grounds it to Gallego, who's playing short. They're giving Alfredo Griffin the night off. So Gallego is a shortstop. He makes the play, 1 down. Here's Billy Bean. Bean is actually leading the Tigers in hitting. Only 19 at-bats, 8 hits and 19 at-bats, but it is a 421 clip. No homers and 3 driven in. 3-9 for Bean, and that is a ground ball to second. So Moose Haas has the ground balls going. Phillips takes care of that one, 2 down. And that'll bring up Lou Whitaker. Whitaker is hitting, well, he's 23 out of 81, which is a 284 average. 5 homers and 17 driven in. That's a 2-6, and that's a strikeout. So Moose Haas, all 3 at-bats went off the Tiger batters, and maybe that helped Moose Haas because he takes care of the Tigers 1-2-3. Or should I say the Tigers take care of themselves 1-2-3, because Moose Haas really didn't have to do anything. It was off the batter cards. So we go to the bottom of the first. Get the complete numbers on Walt Terrell. 1-1, 270 earned run average. This is start number 5 for him. To date, 26 2/3 innings, 27 hits, 6 walks, and 20 strikeouts. And leading things off for the Oakland A's will be center fielder Luis Polonia. Polonia on the replay is hitting, well, he's not hitting very well. He's 6 out of 27, which comes out to a 222 clip. no homers, and 1 run driven in. So Polonia will step in against Walt Terrell. That's a 2-10. Split chance, 1-7 is a single. That's a 5. That's a base hit for Luis Polonia. And he's going to be looking to get the lead. Polonia needs a 4, 5, or 6 to get that lead. 4, 5, or 6. Does not get it, so he will hold. That'll bring up second baseman Tony Phillips. Phillips is hitting .265. That's 22 out of 83. 2 homers, 9 driven in. 3-9, and that is a split chance, but it's going to be a line out to second base. So the first 5 at bats have all come off the batter cards. Very interesting how that happened. And that'll bring up Reggie Jackson, the designated hitter. He will be the third place hitter. Jackson on the replay is 16 out of 77, which comes to a .208 average. 4 homers and 13 driven in. Nothing on the havoc. That's a 2-9. Again, we're off the batter card. And it's a 1-4 double, but that's a 6, so it's a fly to center field for Reggie. And there's 2 away. That'll bring up Jose Canseco. Canseco, 22 out of 81, which is a .272 average. 7 homers and 15 driven in. That's a 6-6, finally off the pitcher card, and it's a strikeout. So that's going to do it right there. 1, 2, well, not 1, 2, 3. It was a leadoff single, but after that, it was 3 in a row. And we played 1 inning from Oakland, and we got no score from the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Leading things off for the Tigers will be Alan Trammell, and he will be followed by Evans and Noakes. Trammell on the replay, very well, 16 out of 42, which is a .381 average, 4 homers and 10 driven in. So 1-7, and that's a 1-4 double. Anything else he singles. So it is a leadoff single for Alan Trammell. Leadoff single for Trammell. And let's see if he can get the lead. Again, the hold is a -1, but you're still talking a 1-16 if he can get the lead. But he has to get a 5. That's the only way he gets the lead is on the 5. He cannot, so he will hold. And that will send us to Darrell Evans. Evans on the replay. Not doing as good as he would like. 17 out of 77, which is a .221 average. Does have 5 home runs with 10 driven in. 4-9, and that's a solid double to center field. Solid double to center field. Trammell being held is a 13. Polonia's a 0, but with nobody out, I think they're not going to risk it. So second and third with no one out, and maybe the Moose is in trouble. Infield for the A's is back. They want to avoid the big inning. Matt Noakes is going now. Actually, Tony La Russa has changed his mind. He's brought the infield in. So La Russa at the last minute is waving his infielders in. So the infield is in. Matt Noakes, the batter. Noakes hitting .219, 14 out of 64. Does have 8 home runs and 19 driven in. That's a 1-7, and that's a 1 for a triple. Anything else he flies to center. It is a B, so it's a sacrifice fly for Matt Noakes. Scoring is Trammell, and it's 1-0 Tigers. And for Noakes, that is RBI number 20 on the season. So 1-0 Tigers with 1 out. Runner at second, Evans not being held. And here's Darnell Coles. He's really struggling. 12 out of 68, which is a 176 average. A homer and 9 driven in. .210 for Coles. 1-8's a home run. 9-20 is a triple. That's an 8. It is gone. Darnell Coles. Look at it again. .210 against the righty is a 1-8. And that is an 8. So a 2-run home run off the bat of Darnell Coles. Just talked about how he was struggling, but not on that at bat. And poor Moose is not happy. Darnell Coles for him. That is home run number 2. RBIs 10 and 11. And the Tigers take a 3-0 lead on the A's, who are the first place team in the West. So they're not used to being treated like this. Here is Dave Bergman. Bergman on the replay is hitting .250. He's 9 for 36. That's a very even .250 average. No homers, 3 driven in. For 12, that's a ground ball first base C. So McGuire will field it and flip to Haas covering for out number 2. Got to bring up the number 9 hitter, Chet Lemon. Lemon is 13 out of 67. That's a 194 average. No homers and 5 driven in. Oh, don't need to roll that because the bases are empty. 1-7 struck him out to end the inning, but the Tigers strike for 3. The big blow, the 2-run homer from Darnell Coles. And we go to the bottom of the second. It is 3-0 Tigers. And I'm sure Tappy is very happy about that. So, Oakland has his work cut out for him. And to start things off, it'll be Carney Lansford. Lansford on the replay, 25 out of 88, which is a 284 average. 2 homers and 17 driven in. 2-7, and that's a solid single to left field for Carney Lansford. So Lansford with an RBI single. He gets the lead on a 2 through 5. 2, 3, 4, or 5. So he gets the lead. He will go. He's an 18, being held as a 16. -2 is a 14. 1 to 14, he makes it. It's a 15. They throw him out. Boy, Matt Noakes throws him out. Putting on the tag is Trammell, and he's out 2 to 6. So an unfortunate play for the A's if you're an A's fan, as Lansford gets thrown out. He protests, but the umpire says the throw beat him and the tag was applied. So that'll bring up Mike Davis with the bases clear. Davis on the replay is hitting. Actually, he's leading the A's in hitting. He's 23 out of 70, which is a 329 average. 7 homers and 17 runs driven in. That's a 3-3. He's going to line it to second base, and Whitaker snags it for out number 2. And that will take us to McGuire. McGuire on the replay is struggling a bit. 12 for 55, which is a 218 average. 2 homers and 5 driven in. 2-6, and it's a 1 to 6 single, but that's an 8, so he lines it to Trammell. And down go the A's. That caught stealing kind of took the starch out of the inning. We've played 2. It is Detroit in the lead, 3-0. And that'll send up the top of the order for the Tigers. Hello, Miroslav. Good to see you. So for the Tigers, it'll be the top of the order and Pat Sheridan. Sheridan grounded to short his first time up. To 1-6, and split chance 1 to 6 is a single. That's an 11. He will line it to second. So Sheridan lines it to Phillips for out number 1. That brings up Billy Bean. 5-4. Ground ball third base X. That's Lansford. He's a 3 E8. First X chance of the game. Took 3 innings to do it. He is a 3. 3 to 17. He'll get to it. E8 as a third baseman. Third baseman, he is an E8. So his errors are 3, 15, 6, basically a 3, and then 15 through 18. And that's a 9. It's a good play for Lansford. He throws out Bean for 2 quick outs. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. Brings up Whitaker. He struck out his first chance. 4-9, and that's a double to center field off of Haas. So a 2-out double for Whitaker. And that'll bring up Alan Trammell. Trammell singled and scored in his first at-bat. Hello, Chuck. Tigers are winning 3-0 early. Chance for more with Trammell up in a clutch situation. 2-10, but he's going to ground it to short, and Gallego will make the play to end the inning. So nothing doing there. At the end of 2.5 is still Detroit 3 and Oakland nothing. Detroit 2-run home run from Darnell Coles, his second of the season, to account for 2 of the runs. Matt Noakes just before that hit a sacrifice fly to drive in Trammell, but then Evans was brought in from Coles' 2-run homer. Oakland has had the leadoff man single twice. Polonia got stranded and Lansford got caught stealing. So the leadoff man didn't last long. All right, for the A's, for the Oakland A's, Mickey Tettleton, the batter. And on the replay for Tettleton, he is really struggling. He's 8 for 40, which is an even 200 average. 4 homers and 6 driven in. 2-9, he's going to strike out, so he struggles some more. Second strikeout for Terrell. That'll bring up the ninth place hitter, Mike Gallego. In limited duty, Gallego is hitting .250, 3 out of 12. No homers and a run driven in. 5-10 for Terrell. Fly ball center field X. That's Chet Lemon. He's a 2 E4. So it's a 2. He probably should get to this. He does. E4 center fielder. Don't think there's a lot of opportunity for errors here. E4. There's a 4, a 16, and an 18. 4, 16, and 18. And that's a good play for Lemon. Gallego is retired. 2 down, back to the top of the order for Polonia. Singled his first time up, but was stranded there. 2-4, and he's going to fly it to Sheridan right, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Walt Terrell. So Walt Terrell pitching very well, and the Tigers lead it 3-0 after 3. Haas back out will face Evans, Noakes, and Coles for the Bengal Tigers to start the top of the 4th. Hello, JT, Alternate Timeline Sports. JT 2.0. All right, here's Evans. 2-7, and that's a strikeout. Evans is out on strikes. That is strikeout number 3 for Haas. And here's Matt Noakes. He had a sacrifice fly his first time up. 5-9. This time he's going to pop it up to Lansford. And there's 2 away. And here's Coles. He hit the 2-run home run his first time up. He hit a 2-run home run, and I believe, I'm trying to remember what the roll was. He had a 210. It was a 1-8 home run, 9-20 triple, and he found the 8. That's what it was, the 210. This is a 1-4, and he's going to pop it up to Lansford again. Back-to-back pop-ups to third. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Haas. Hello, Mouse. Good to see you. Tabby is right outside the door in the just probably listening in. Got her cameo the other day. Obviously, you saw a little short I put out about that, but it might be a while before I get her to be a regular customer in here. We'll see. Here is Tony Phillips, second baseman. 1-8, and he's going to draw a leadoff walk. Leadoff walks can sometimes come back to bite you. 2 or a 6 through 8, 2, a 6, 7, or 8 to get the lead. A 10, he's going to be out. That's a 12, but so he can't get the lead, so he'll just hold. And here's Reggie Jackson. 5-11, that's a fly ball left field X. That is going to be Bean. He's a 2E6. 2 and a 2, that's not good. 2 and a 2 is a single, 2 stars. So that's going to move Phillips to third. And now we'll see if Bean commits an error. He's an E6. He has to avoid 3, 4, 14, 17, and 18. And he does, but it's no error, but it will be a single. Runners are on the corners with nobody out. Reggie, of course, not going to be held. And Jose Canseco, the tying run, is at the plate. Infield for the Tigers, of course, playing back for the double play. They need outs. 3-10, and that's a ballpark blast. It only goes to 5, though. Oakland Coliseum costs Canseco a home run. So 16 there is, but it will be a sacrifice fly. It will be the sacrifice fly. And so Phillips will score it. And the A's are finally on the board with a sacrifice fly off the bat of Canseco. Well, that's excellent there, alternate. I hope you enjoy whatever season set you got, and Strat-On, as our friend Tenacious Earl used to say, Strat-On. All right, so here is Lansford. Four, 5 for Terrell is a walk. So all of a sudden now the A's starting to mount a little bit of a comeback. That'll bring up Mike Davis, the dangerous Mike Davis. He is their team leading hitter. 4-9, and he does more damage. 1-3 is a triple, 4-20 is a double. It is a double for Mike Davis. Lansford will be held at, because a double is assumed to go to center field, and Lemon's a -1 with only 1 out. They're going to hold him at third base. So scoring is Reggie, cuts the lead to 3-2, and the A's are in business. Second and third with only 1 out for Mark McGwire. Infield is now going to come in for the Tigers. Try to choke that tying runoff. That's a 2. Chance for a balk or a pass ball. We're looking at a pass ball rating of Noakes, which is a 3. And no pass ball. So we drive on. That's a 3-11, and that's a ballpark single. 1-3. That's a 2. Look at that. The D20 comes up with a low number. So he gets that ballpark single. That will score Lansford to tie the game at 3. Davis will take third. Runners on the corner, still only 1 out for Mickey Tettleton. Now the infield back looking for the double play. Tettleton struck out his first chance. 6-2, switch hitter batting left. Ground ball first base C. That's going to get the run home. 3-1. The only play can be made by Bergman. He has to flip to Terrell covering. But scoring is Mike Davis. And going to second is McGwire. It is now 4-3 A's. They've come up with a 4-score Abraham Lincoln inning here in the 4th inning. Sure, glove micro chart in History Maker. I don't have it in front of me. But basically, when it's called for a glove check, the only way you can rob the home run is if one of those outfielders is gold. And so you roll on it, and I believe it's a 1, 2, or 3. You check either the left center, or right field to see if they're gold. If they are gold, then you go to there's a separate little place says he leaps, and you roll on that and see if he catches the ball or not. If I can think about it next time I do a history record game, I'll kind of try to emphasize that a little bit more. But that's basically how that plays out. All right, here's Gallego. Clutch situation with McGwire at second and 2 outs. McGwire not being held, but 4 runs are already in for the A's. 5-8, and that is a split chance. 1-3 is a single, but that's going to be a line out to short. And that's going to end the inning, but a 4-score Abraham Lincoln inning for the Oakland A's. And that's why they're 16-7. They can come back. They take a 4-3 lead after 4. So Walt Terrell was rolling along there until he ran into trouble. And the biggest thing that got him in trouble were 2 walks. Those walks, especially a leadoff walk, that just seems to really set a bad tone for the inning. So this is the point of weakness inning for Haas. He's got a 5 right here, so his fatigue will start to come into question. So we'll see how long he can go. Bergman, the batter, 1-6 is a walk. That's going to be the first ding on the point of weakness. Bergman will not be held. And here's Chet Lemon. Lemon, terrible bunter. I didn't think I was going to bunt anyway, but just knows he's a D bunter, so that's very good. 2-4, and that's another walk. So back-to-back walks, and all of a sudden, Haas is one base runner away from being fatigued. So the Oakland bullpen is starting to stir. If we look down in the bowels of the Oakland bullpen, Gene Full Nelson is stretching in the A's bullpen. So here's Pat Sheridan. Sheridan has grounded out and lined out. 4-4 is a catcher X. That's going to be Tettleton. He's a 3, and he's an E7. 3 and a 5. That could be problems for Tettleton. Catcher X. 3 and a 5 is a P/P. All right, P/P, and then he's an E7. So E7, he has to avoid 3, 15, 16, and 18. And he does. But we go to P/P. P/P, which is right here. And it says, with runners on base, a pitch gets past the catcher for a pass ball. However, when using the balk wild pitch pass ball rules, we're going to go to the wild pitch rating of the pitcher to see if a pass ball occurs. The wild pitch rating on Moose Haas is a 0, so there is not going to be a pass ball. Instead, it's going to be a pop-up to the catcher. So that's going to be out number 1. So Sheridan is out of there. 1 down. Hello. Good night, Gracie. Good to you. Good to see you. I like the name Gracie. Of course, our dog was named Gracie that we had for 15 years. Actually, 17 years. I take that back. We had from 06 to fall of 06 to the spring of 24. So long time. There's Bill Bean. 4-8, and that's a look at that 1-3 double, but that's a single 2 stars, and the Tigers have just tied this ball game. Bergman will score. Lemon will take third. And now Moose Haas is fatigued. Whitaker is your batter scheduled. Now, does Tony Russo want to make the call, or they want to give Moose Haas one? They're going to give Moose Haas one more chance. If he doesn't get Whitaker, then you're going to see Nelson. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Infield playing for the double play. Bean not being held at first. Hello, Justin. That's a 5-3. Ground ball first base X. That is McGuire. He's a 3-E12. 3-E12. 3 and a 15. Might have possibilities. We'll see. 3 and a 15 is a G1, so it is a possible double play if there's no error. He's an E12. He has to avoid 6, 9, 15, 3, and 18. If he does, it'll be an inning-ending double play. And he does. Or does he? No, he does not. He's an let's check it. E12. Nope, there's a 6 right there on E12. There is a 6 right here. So it will be a boot. Instead of an inning-ending double play, it's going to be an error on McGuire. E3. Lemon will score. Tigers take the lead. It really was not Moose Haas's fault, as he should have been out of the inning. But either way, LaRussa is going to make that tread to the He would, but the runners are not being held. The run on first was not held, so McGuire was not holding the runner on. He was back at his normal position because Bean doesn't run well, so he was not held on. All right, so that's going to do it for Moose Haas, but otherwise, yes, he would have been a 4. So Moose Haas is out. Gene Nelson is coming on for the A's. And we say farewell to Moose Haas. The Moose is no longer loose. And we'll get the numbers on Gene Nelson. Runs at first and second with 1 out, and Trammell due up. But we will get the numbers on Nelson. on the replay. Nelson is 2-0 with a 4.15 earned run average. This is his 12th appearance. He's pitched 17 1/3 innings, given up 24 hits, 9 walks, and 22 strikeouts. He has no saves. So Nelson is on, and first and second with 1 out. Oh, the white dot didn't go through for some reason. I don't know why, but it didn't. Let's reboot. 5-7, and that's a ground ball. Second base X. Again, neither runner being held, so the second baseman keeps his 4, although that's not very good. But it's better than a 5. But 4 and a 4 is not going to help him. 4 and a 4 is going to be doom. 4 and a 4 is an SI2, so that's going to score Bean. That run is charged to Haas. Whitaker will go to third. Trammell singles, and now we're checking for the error on Phillips. He's an E21, so he has to avoid 4, 13, and 17. Usually that 13 is the one that comes up all the time, but not this time. So no error, but it will be a base hit. And the Tigers now take a 6-4 lead as they put up 3 runs to this point. Still runners on the corners and only 1 out, and Trammell will have to be held because he would get the pretty good thing. Now, Nelson's a -3 hold, so it's a -2 for holding the runners. So if he got the lead, it'd be a 1-15. So they're going to try it. Needs a 5. Oh, boy. Let's roll that again. He's got hopping dice around here. Does not get the lead, so he will hold. Here's Terrell Evans, infield, looking for that double play to get out of the inning. It's a 1-4, and then they're not going to get it. Look at that. 1-4, Terrell Evans. That is long, and that is way, way gone. 3-run shot for Terrell Evans. And the Tigers are playing like they mean business. And the A's fans at the Oakland Coliseum are stunned. All of these runs are unearned. It was based on the error by Mark McGwire that should have ended the inning. It did not. We follow with an RBI single and a 3-run home run from Terrell Evans. And for Evans on the replay, that is home run number 6, RBIs 11, 12, and 13. And the Tigers now starting to lay waste to the A's. It is now 9-4. Still only 1 out. Here's Noakes. 6-7. That's a strikeout for Nelson for out number 2. And that brings up Darnell Coles. 4-8, and that's a strikeout. So it comes back to strike out the next 2, but damage was already done as they put up 6 runs here in the 5th inning to take a commanding 9-4 lead. 9-4 lead. Now, I don't have the game up on the computer. I'm not scoring it as I'm playing it, so the numbers on Moose would have to be manual. So, but you see, I don't know how they're going to score this because you can't assume a double play. So without the error, these runs would be earned, except for this run, because you really can't assume the double play. So I believe in proper context. Oh, now before I even get going, Tabby is crying. I don't know if you can hear her on the video or not, but she's here. Tabby. So we have a kitty delay. We have a kitty delay. But Tappy's just so excited from all these Tiger runs, she can't stand it. So my team is doing it. So, all right, Tabby, you can get down now. All right, you want to come over sit on the perch by me? Come on. You can do that. Come on, you can go over there. There you go. Oh, now you're jumping down. Now she probably now she wants to leave. She came in here for like 2 seconds, and now she wants to leave. What's up with that? Tabby, you want to go back out? Come on. All right, come on, going out there. I don't get cats. They come in here for like 10 seconds, want to get a petting, and then they want to leave. So don't get it, but that's just the way it is. Anyway, get back to what my point was. The error here, you can't assume a double play. I mean, yes, had he made the play, the double play would have been turned and the inning would have been over, but officially you can't assume a double play. So the only run that's unearned is right here. So Haas is going to give up 5 runs, 4 earned. 5 runs, 4 earned by my tally. And he's going to go 4 1/3 innings. And he's going to give up 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. 5 hits. Loads of walks. 1, 2. Well, maybe not that many. Just 2 walks in the same inning. That's what killed him, was 2 walks in the same inning. And let's see. Strikeouts. 1, 2, 3. Just got him for 3. Okay. So that's unofficially the number. Those are unofficially the numbers on Moose Haas. And of course, he's looking to drop to 0-1 because the Tigers have a 9-4 lead that they probably aren't going to give up. But you never know. We still got 5 innings to go, so anything can happen. And the A's can hit. So here's Luis Polonia. Polonia, the batter. That's a 1-5 for Polonia. Look at this. 1-13 is a home run. That's gone. So just like that, Luis Polonia goes deep. Solo home run for Polonia. And that cuts the lead to the Dolly Parton 9-5. And let's see the total for Oakland for Polonia. That is his first home run of the season. RBI number 2, but that is his first home run of the season for Polonia. He had 4 in real world in 435 at bats. So right now, Polonia with 30 at bats has 1 home run. So he's kind of ahead of his pace. So that'll bring up Tony Phillips. 410, switch hitter batting left. And that's an in home run chance, 1-9. But that's a 20. It will still be a double. So Terrell, not exactly pitching lights out, might let Oakland right back in this game. Here comes Reggie. Phillips not being held at second. 5-7 to the lefty. Ground ball shortstop X. A good thing they weren't holding him on because Trammell was responsible if they were. But since they're not holding him on, he's going to keep his number 1 rating. Would have gone to a 2. But a 1-12 should be good enough to freeze the runner at second. 1-12 is a G1. And his error rating is an E21. So he has to avoid 6-15 and 17. Which he does. So it's good play, 6-3, and Phillips will hold at second base. So there's 1 away for Jose Canseco. It's a 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. Looking at a pass ball rating again. This time on Noakes, he's a 3. And it's a 2, so it will be a pass ball on Noakes. How about that? A pass ball on Noakes. Moves Phillips to third. Infield still back with 1 out. They want to get the out. They don't want to give big inning. Here's Canseco. 5-7, and that is a ground ball shortstop X again. Trammell has it 1 more time. 1-18 is a G1. And that's an 8, so there's no error on the 8. But a G1. G1 with a runner at third. Infield normal says runner advance. So obviously the play is made on the batter and the runner advances. So scoring is Phillips. So it's an RBI ground out for Canseco. Cuts the lead to 9-6. So Canseco 0 for 2, but he does have 2 RBIs, a sacrifice fly and an RBI ground out. But it is 9-6. And now here is Carney Lansford. 5-7. Once again, another ground. 3 consecutive 5-7 rolls. How you like that? Another ground ball shortstop X to Trammell. I don't need to roll this because we know he's going to get to it. And there's no 11 on this error chance, so another ground out. But 2 runs come across. At the end of 5, it is 9-6 in favor of Detroit. And Terrell may need relief here very shortly, too. Nelson back out. And he'll be facing Darnell Coles. No, I'm sorry. Cole struck out to end the inning, so it's actually going to be Bergman, who led off the last inning with a walk and started the whole mess. 1-7, he will do the same thing again. He starts out with a walk. Bergman walks, brings up Chet Lemon. (3-9) for Lemon is another walk. So this is the same thing they did in the 5th inning. They had back-to-back walks to start the inning, and Nelson's fallen prey to the same thing. All right, here's Pat Sheridan. He hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield yet. 4-11. This time he does. It's a fly right field X. That is Davis. He's a 3. E16. 3-10. Should be no problem. The E16 could be a problem, though. So let's check it out. (3-10) is an F2. And he's an E16, so he's got to avoid 4, 6, 12, 13, and 17. That is a 12. He could not avoid it as an E16. That is a 2-base error. 2-base error on Mike Davis. And boy, the Oakland defense is letting them down big time. 2-base error on Davis. That's going to score Bergman to make it a 10-6 game. Going to third is Lemon, and there's still nobody out. Infield for Oakland will have to come in. Nelson to Bean. 4-7, and that's a ground ball second base X. That's Phillips. Another X chance. Not very good. 4-15. He might catch a break. Infield is in, remember. 4-15. 4-15 is a G2. E21. He's got to avoid 4, 13, and 17. Where normally that 13 can be the problem. But no problem here. So G2. Go over here to G2 with the infield in. Runners were at second and third. So we go to second, third, infield in, and it says leader. So it says batter is safe, lead runner is out. So they throw out Lemon at the plate. It's going to go 4-2. Sheridan will take third, and Bean will reach on the fielder's choice. So it's a 4-2 fielder's choice for the first out of the inning. And now here's Lou Whitaker. Runners at the corners and 1 out. Infield playing back for the double play. Try to turn 2. 2-5. And he gets a strikeout. That's a big one for Nelson. Now 2 outs. They can get out of it just by getting Alan Trammell, but that's easier said than done with Trammell. Trammell's already 2 for 3 in this game. 6-7 is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Gallego. He's a 3. 3-19, he'll get to it, but the E48 can be problematic. E48 is way down here. 6, 12, 15, 3, 16, and 18. That is a 10. He's going to be okay. So he will make the play. The 3 and the 19 ends up being a G1. So we're going to say he goes a short way to second. 5-4 fielder's choice. But the Tigers put up their 10th run. And I believe it's unearned because of the 2-base error. I don't think these runners would not have moved up and would not have scored. So that is an unearned run off of Nelson, but it counts all the same in the scorebook. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. It is now 10-6. Terrell back out will be facing Davis, McGuire, and Tettleton. Davis, McGuire, and Tettleton to start the 6th. 6-8, left-handed. 1-2 single. Anything else he lines to second. So Whitaker will snag it. 1 down. That'll bring up McGuire. 4-10, and that is an in-home run chance. 1-11. That's a 1. It's gone. Mark McGuire cracks the home run to make it a 10-7 ball game, and the A's get that run right back. It is now 10-7, and for McGuire, pre-steroid McGuire, supposedly, that is home run number 3, RBI number 6. So McGuire goes deep. It's now a 10-7 game, and Terrell is going to be looking for some relief as the bullpen for the Tigers is already moving around. And let's see who needs the work and who maybe needs the night off for Detroit. Kelly has pitched in 6 games. Nate Snell has pitched in 10. So Brian Kelly will be loosening in the bullpen. Thurman has pitched in 11, so they really want to give him some rest. They really only have 3 bullpen arms available for this game. So Brian Kelly loosening in the bullpen. Here's Tettleton. 5-10, switch hitter. Ground ball third base X. That is Coles. He's a 4, E37. 4 and a 9. Should be okay. It is. G3, good enough. Third base, E37, 9, 11, 12, and then 15 through 17. That's a 10, so he's good enough to make the play for Coles. 2 down for Gallego. We're not in the 7th inning yet, so can't pinch hit yet. Just my house rule. Whoops. Gallego is 0 for 2. 1-7, and he's now 0 for 3 as he grounds it to Coles again to end the inning. So we go to the 7th. It is a 10-7 Detroit lead. So Terrell will probably be done with that. Pitching 6 innings and giving up 7 runs is not exactly going to endear you. And all 7 were earned because there were no Tiger errors. Check the hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. He walked 1, 2. So he walked 2. Struck out 1, 2. Just 2 strikeouts is all I see. Struck out Tettleton and he struck out Canseco. That's it. So that is the line for Terrell, but he is in line to get the win as long as the Tigers don't blow the lead. So it's going to be up to their bullpen. Willie Hernandez is not on the team yet, so they can't go to him. So they're going to try to coax either Kelly, Snell, or Thurman, or a combination thereof to hang on. So Nelson's going to come back out to start the 7th. He'll be facing Evans, Noakes, and Cole. Actually, you know what? They're going to make a move to the bullpen. With these lefties coming up, Tony La Russa has motioned to the bullpen for his left-hander, Dave Leeper. So Dave Leeper will be coming on. And we'll get the numbers on Nelson. Nelson goes an inning and 2/3. And he's going to give up 1, 2, just 2 hits, but he walked 4. 2 hits and he walked. I'm sorry, no, he didn't. Those walks belong to Moose. So he gives up 2 hits, strikes out 3, walks 2. And he gives up 2 runs. I'm sorry, he gives up 1, 2, 3 runs. My bad, 3 runs. Well, somebody's off here somewhere. Let's see here. think I miscalculated. Yeah, that shouldn't be 5 and 4. That should be 7 and 6 is what that should be. See, when I don't have a Strat computer in front of me, it's scoring the game. It throws me off a little bit. So 3 runs off of Nelson, and they're all earned. So that's the line score on Nelson. Leaper's a -6. That makes it a -5. So that might hold the run game down. But with the 2 lefties coming up, Evans and Noakes, they're going to the lefty Dave Leaper. And we'll get the numbers off of Leaper. Leaper on the replay for Oakland. Leaper, this will be his 5th appearance. He's 1-0 with no saves and a 1.42 earned run average. 6 1/3 innings of pitching, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So he's done a good job in the short time he's been there. And he's going to be facing Terrell Evans, who homered his last time up. 4-7. This time it's a 1-6 double, but that's a 19. He flies to center. And it's hauled in out there by Polonia. 1 down for Matt Noakes. 3-6 against the lefty, struck him out. So Leaper again doing the job. And here's Darnell Coles. 2-9 against the lefty. 1-2 is a single. Anything else he lines to short. That's a line out to short. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Dave Leaper. He pitched well enough, he'll come back for another inning. Almost guaranteed. So we go the 7th inning stretch. We've made it to the 7th inning stretch. And coming in for the Tigers is going to be Brian Kelly. Kelly's hold rating is 0. So it's going to be a +1. But the score is still 10-7. So Oakland may not be wanting to run all that much. We'll wait and see. Let's get the numbers off of the computer for Brian Kelly. Kelly on the replay has been surprisingly been flawless, just about. This will be his 7th appearance. He has gone 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He's 0-0 with an ERA of 0. So doing very well for himself. Very well for himself. Are we getting a little static, or is it getting a little choppy? I don't know. Somebody let me know if it is. My hand over here and see if it comes across choppy. No, it seems like it's doing all right. All right, so Kelly is on, but again, he has not given up anything. Hello, Kenyon. Good to see you. All right, so Polonia, the batter. That's a 5-3. That's a ground ball pitcher X. And he is an E12. And his range, I'm assuming, is usually a 2 when they aren't listed. No, I'm sorry, it's a 3 right here. So 3, E12. 3-19, he'll get to it. E12 is what he's got to worry about. 16, that might be problems. But we'll find out for the pitcher. E12, there is no 16. There's a 15, but he got lucky. Kelly got lucky and makes the play. 4-1 away. All right, here's Tony Phillips. 2-8 for Phillips, and he's going to ground it to Whitaker. 2 down. So Kelly's getting the job done. Here's Reggie. 5-7, and that's a strikeout. So how about that? A 1-2-3 inning for Kelly as he gets the job done. So does Leaper. They both pitch a flawless 7th. We go to the 8th. It's still 10-7. Leaper back out. And he'll be facing Bergman, Lemon, and Sheridan. Still 2 out of 3 left-handers. But with a 10-6 lead, a 10-7 lead, Sparky doesn't want to take out Bergman or Sheridan because they're really good defenders. Got good defensive metrics. If they were behind, they'd pinch hit. But since they're ahead, they're going to keep the better defensive players in there. Sacrifice a little offense. 1-6, a fly to center, 1 away. So Bergman's out, and here comes Lemon. to walk twice. 6-9, and that's a pop out to second base. So Phillips will catch that, haul it in, 2 down. So Leaper's retired all 5 he has faced to date. Here's Sheridan. 6-9, and that's a line out to Lansford. So Leaper is going to go 2 innings at least, and he's flawless. 2 innings and not giving up a thing. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, and Kelly will come back out, and he'll be facing Canseco, Lansford, and Davis right in the middle of the Oakland order. So 1-9 for Canseco. That's a leadoff single. So Jose with a leadoff single. And he's going to try to get the lead, see if he can get in scoring position, try to manufacture a run. Does not get the lead, so he will hold. And here is Carney Lansford. 1-2, that's a walk. And the first 2 are on here in the 8th inning. And now Nate Snell is loosing in the Tiger bullpen. Here's Davis. He gets a tying run. 1-12, and that's a fly to right field, 1 away. 1 away, and here's McGuire. See what McGuire can do. 2-7, and he struck him out. So back comes Kelly. He's got the next 2 outs. So it's a clutch situation for Tettleton. Yeah, Mike Henneman comes along later. Willie Hernandez will be on the team shortly as well, I think. So here's Tettleton in the clutch. He gains a hit on 2-3 in the clutch. 1-9, but he strikes out, and that's going to do it. So Kelly comes back after the first 2 are on and retires the side. So we go to the 9th. It's still 10-7. That's all for Kelly. He's going to go 2 innings. And he's going to give up a hit, no runs, walks 1, strikes out 3. Fantastic outing for Kelly. And it looks like Mark Thurman might be coming. I think Thurman is loosing to come into the ball game. For the A's, it's not a save situation, but this guy needs some work. And that's going to be, I believe, Jay Howell. Yeah, Howell has only pitched in 8 games, whereas Eckersley and Nelson have pitched in 11. Now Nelson's in his 12th game. So they're going to go to Jay Howell. So we'll have Jay Howell come in. Leaper's going to go 2 innings, give up nothing, and get a strikeout. So 10-7 is your score, top of the 9th. It'll be Bean, Whitaker, and Trammell due up for the Tigers. And I don't think I have enough room here for the 9th. Maybe I do. Let's see. Put it here and see if it still shows up. Might need to bring this over just a hair. We'll try it. I think you can see just about everything there. All right, so here's Billy Bean. Now, he's a pretty good defender, so you're not going to take him out. 4-5, and that's a fly ball to left field, 1 away. That'll bring up Whitaker. 5-7, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. That's Gallego. He's a 3E48. 3-5. That might sneak through. 3-5. No, it's a G3. But the E48 is problematic again. 6, 12, 15, 3, 16, and 18. That's a 3 on an E48. So that's a 2-base error on Gallego. How do you like that? A 2-base error on Gallego. And I thought I heard Tabby crying. Yep, I do hear Tabby crying again. One moment, another kitty delay. Tabby. Okay, well, she's doing this. She don't know what she wants. She's going back and forth, back and forth. Hold on, Tabby. I'll put you out again. There you go. She may want food, so I may have to, once this game is over, probably got to feed her and maybe while she's crying. I don't know. All right. So after the 2 base error on Gallego, we shift to Alan Trammell. 2-6 for Trammell. That is a single 2 stars. It's a clutch, but they're not 2 outs. So it would have been an anti-clutch. Instead, it's a base hit. It's an unearned run, but it's an insurance run for Detroit to make it an 11-7 ball game. Unearned run. And here is Evans. 4-8, and that's a walk. So now Howell getting a little bit unraveled. And due up is Matt Noakes. Tigers looking to really blow it open. 4-9, that's another walk. It's going to load the bases. Bases are loaded with 1 out. And boy, that E6 really threw Howell off his game. That 2 base error by Gallego. Bases are loaded. Infield is going to have to come in. They can't assume a double play. They're going to have to play in, try to choke the runoff. 6-2, that's a strikeout. He definitely needed that. Definitely needed the strikeout. 2 down for Dave Bergman. The inning should be over right now, but it's not because of the error. So here's Bergman. Bases loaded and 2 outs. 2-12, and that's another walk. So Jay Howell has walked in a run, 3 walks in the last 4 batters. Produces a second run. All of these runs are unearned. Both runs, I should say, are unearned. And here's Chet Lemon. Bases are still loaded, but now it is 12-7. And Thurman has sat down. They will use Nate Snell in relief. 6-2, and that's another strikeout to end the inning. But 2 runs come in. And for Jay Howell, he pitches 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, 2 runs that were unearned. He does strike out 2, but he walks 3. So we go to the bottom of the 9th, last chance for Oakland. And like I said, it will not be Thurman because it's no longer a save situation. It will be Nate Snell. So Nate Snell will come on. And I'll get the numbers on Snell. It is not a save situation. So we'll check the numbers on Snell for Detroit. In the replay, Snell is not doing so good. This is appearance number 11. He is 0-1 with a 9.64 earned run average. 9 1/3 innings pitched, 14 hits, 10 runs, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So obviously he's not doing too well. He's set to face Gallego to lead off, but Gallego will be pinch hit for as the A's will look to bring in some better bats. And on the bench, they have Terry Steinbach, Ron Say, and Stan Javier. So it will be Stan Javier that will get the call to pinch hit to start the bottom of the 9th. Javier to pinch hit in the 9th. So Javier against Snell. Snell is a -2 hole, which makes that a -1, but down by the score of 12-7. They're not running. Here's Javier. Well, 6-8, switch hitter batting left is a pop out to short. So let me get the numbers on Javier. I forgot to read those to you. Javier entered this game hitting .206, 7 out of 34. He's now hitting .200. He's 7 out of 35 after making the out. A homer and 3 runs driven in. So he's now a .200 hitter right at the Mendoza line. So 6-8 was the pop out to Trammell. For out number 1, And that's going to bring up Polonia and then Phillips. It's 110, and that's a single for Polonia. So Polonia 3 for 5 for Polonia. And that'll bring up Tony Phillips. That's a 6-8 switch hitter batting left is another pop out to short. So 2 down, and it's all up to Reggie. Snell to Reggie. 1-6 for Reggie. He struck him out, and that's the ball game. So the Tigers win it by the score of 12-7. Not exactly a crisply played game. Losses to Moose Haas. He goes to 0-1. The win is to Walt Terrell. He is now 2-1. Of course, there's no save when the score gets to be like this. For Snell, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, nothing else, and a strikeout. So for the totals for the Tigers, 12 runs. This can't be right. They only have 8 hits, 12 runs and 8 hits, but there have been 7 walks in the game. And there are the 7 walks right here. Those 4 and those 3 are the 7 walks. Let me recalibrate these hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, just 8 hits. That's all they've got. 12 runs on 8 hits. And there were no errors. For Oakland, 7 runs on 10 hits. And Oakland committed at least 2 errors I know of, E3 and an E6, and an E9. So it was 3 Oakland errors. So the 3 errors kind of did them in. A lot of unearned runs came in because of those errors. And so the Tigers win it by the score of 12-7. Walt Terrell the winner. And Moose Haas taking the loss. Next game is the last game to be played on May the 1st. It'll be game number 154, and it will be from the Kingdome in Seattle. It will be the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Seattle Mariners. Not exactly a sexy pitching matchup. Mike Birkbeck against Mike Trujillo. So not exactly the sexiest matchup in the world. Milwaukee comes in the game 15-6. Seattle comes in 9-14. But with this loss, Oakland drops to 16-8, and Detroit will improve to 10-12 as they get their 10th win of the season. And let's see what that does for the standings. League standings to date. With this loss, Oakland now, their lead dwindles to 2.5 over the White Sox. Detroit with the win improves to 10-12. They will leapfrog Cleveland into 4th place. They are now 6 games in back of the Yankees, who are 16-6. So they are 6 games back of the Yankees in 4th place. They leapfrog Cleveland. For Detroit, that is their 2nd win in a row. For Oakland, it's their 2nd loss in a row. So Milwaukee, Seattle will finish out the May 1st block of games, and then we'll be on to May the 2nd. But also, we have History Maker Baseball. We have 2 more games from St. Louis. The Reds have split those first 2 games with the Cardinals, and they're going to have 2 more before they move on to Pittsburgh. But for tonight, it is Detroit using a 6-run 5th inning to power their way to a 12-7 victory. Home runs in the game, Darnell Coles is 2nd. Darrell Evans his 6th for the Tigers. For the A's, Luis Polonia his 1st, and Mark McGwire his 2nd. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of of Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced. I'm having a lot of fun with this replay. I'm glad I started this replay. It's a replay I can stick with. I mean, it's going to take time. We're only at May 1st, so it's going to take a long time. I'm not in any hurry. I'm retiring soon, so once I retire, I'll have more time to play. But right now, I'm just chugging along, playing a game a night, and that's pretty much what I'm averaging. I may occasionally record a game and get 2 games in one day, like on the weekends. But right now, the 1 game a night is pretty good rhythm, and like I said, it's something I can stick with. So hope you all enjoying the broadcast as well on the Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced game. And if you have any questions about the Super Advanced rules, hopefully you found the tutorial video I did to be helpful and try not to confuse anybody on the fielding. That was a request somebody had made to, they wanted to switch from advanced to super advanced fielding, but were a little unsure of it. So that's why I did that video. So hopefully it made sense. Hope you enjoyed seeing Tabby make a special appearance. Of course, I have a little short out there where Tabby came in here, and it's about a minute long, where you get a good view of Tabby. If you're a Tabby fan, you can check that out. Tomorrow night is Friday night, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. Most likely it will be the Milwaukee-Seattle game, because I think I'm going to save the History Maker game with the Reds and the Cardinals for Saturday, probably Saturday morning or Saturday early afternoon. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. But for now, we're going to call it a night from Oakland Coliseum. Sparky Anderson and Tabby are both happy with the Tigers defeating the Oakland A's by the score of 12-7. Now I've got to input this monstrosity in the computer and get everything up to date. And then tomorrow night we'll be ready to roll. So till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.